Hello, welcome to another V's Cards video. My name is Veronika Čuić. I'm an Independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. In this video, I'm going to show you how to craft a basic Bay Winow card, and then I'll show you a step up with some extra features. To begin, I just wanted to show you some featured products that I'm using for this video, and I am absolutely in love with the Designer Series paper and the dies and stamp set, and I bought that as a bundle to receive 10% discount, and you can too. If you live in Australia and you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, please choose me. I would certainly appreciate your business. Your purchases help me to remain a Stampin' Up demonstrator and offer you these free videos, as well as assist you with all your papercraft needs if you're a V's Cards VIP. Thanks so much. You've probably already noticed I have made so many different cards using the products that I've shown you today, and I promise that I will change it up in our next video to do something completely different, but I thought you might enjoy this one. To begin with, you'll need a basic card which is landscape size, and it's also short spined, and you're going to score it at 1/4 of an inch on the end and then 1/4 of an inch next to the spine. Then next to the 1/4 of an inch score lines, you're going to score another 1 1/4 inch line. Then take your bone folder and burnish the scored line so that it gives a nice crisp fold. You're going to create 2 valley folds on the ends and then 2 mountain folds in the centre. Okay, I thought it would be fun to share with you some of my surviving indoor plants, and here they are. You can put it in the description below what plants you have in your home and whether they are surviving or thriving. Next, you'll need to adhere that 1/4 of an inch part at the front onto the back of the card, and I use liquid glue to begin with, and I had liquid glue regrets. I think I should have used tear and tape, so have a play with your adhesive and see which is the strongest for this. I've cut the Designer Series paper at 1.5 inches each, so 3 pieces, 1 for each panel, and I did it so that the left was going to remain on the left, the centre in the centre, and then the right in the right, so that it all connects together like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't have to do that, I just wanted that flow. After adhering the Designer Series paper background, I'm going to have a little play with the plants and the pots that I have already cut out. I'm also going to add some strips of basic white cardstock on the sides just to give it that nice finish, and I'll also be adhering a piece of basic white cardstock on the inside. I have deliberately chosen some plants that are outside the margin of that background and left that to hang out on the side. I thought it gave it a good look, so you don't need to do that if you don't want to. It was just a feature I wanted to add to my card. In one of my previous videos, you would have seen me create a shelf using some thin strip of cardstock, and I really like that look, so I'm doing that for the left and the right panels. To create the flap stopper, I'm using the Label Me Fancy punch, and I've chosen the soft suede cardstock because I use that for the shelf for the other 2 plants as well. I'm going to use liquid adhesive to adhere the plant to the pot and then onto that backing board, or whatever you want to call that, because I'm going to use dimensionals at the back of that to create that stopper. So there you go, a basic bay window card, and I'm going to show you the step up of that in just a minute. For this card, you're going to repeat some of the steps that we use for the basic card, but you may want to just play around with the measurements of that centre panel. The centre tag is slightly larger than the two side tags. When you're measuring for the tags to fit on the panels, you want to make sure that there's enough margin space around that hole so that you can adhere the lattice onto it. Looking back, I think I should have just used one sheet of lattice paper on the inside of that card rather than cut 3 separate pieces. I just think there's less fiddling, and it still looks pretty centered just the way it is there, but never mind. I'm giving my score lines a good burnish just to make sure that that bay window is going to be a nice crisp fold. You'll see my silicone craft sheet is really handy because I do add some adhesive onto that sheet, and then I use my sponge to tap it around the lace so that I'm not going to get a ooshy mess. In the next little while, you're going to see the video change to time lapse. That was an accidental thing that I pressed on my camera, and I thought I'd leave it because it's showing you exactly what I'm doing and it's still offering you some flow. So I apologise for that technical accident. That might be okay anyway. What I've done is I've snipped off some strips of cinnamon cider to add to the border part of the bay windows, because I just wanted to give it a bit more strength and make sure that lattice strip doesn't come off the card. How embarrassing if it did. So it's useful twofold. One, it's going to keep the frame of the card more stable, and two, it's going to make sure that the lattice will be stuck onto the card properly. Here I'm building the stopper just as I did for the first basic bay window card. This is my first attempt in making a bay window card using the window holes, and I do have some balmy blue regrets. I think I overbrushed too much ink in the background on that basic white card, and if I were to do again, I would definitely add less blue. The plan was to adhere the hanging basket onto that basic white cardstock, but I did change my mind and hang it behind the middle bay window. Here's a close-up of the strips of cinnamon cider cardstock that I've adhered to the panels just to reinforce the structure and make sure that the lattice doesn't come off. I end up snipping that loop off the top part of the macrame, and I add a glue dot onto the top there to adhere it to the back of the front panel. Remember that 1/4 inch score line at the front there? I'm going to adhere that with tear and tape to the other half of the card. So there you have the stepped up version of a bay window card. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stay to the end. I'll show you some photos of all the different cards that I've crafted using the products in the Bloom Where You Are Planted suite. If you like this video, please take a moment to like it. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you have anything you'd like to share with us about how you've been inspired by the video, please feel free to do that in the comments section. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to the video, click on the bell icon so that you can receive notifications for all my videos, and share my videos with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, and happy crafting!